guess the best way to explain it is feel like the day I got injured is the day I died.
And then my family gradually got to understand that my mom's got a sore back and didn't expect me to do all the things that I'd done previously.
The people, I just enjoy them, and I just try and help them as much as I can. If they need me, they phone me, I go over and talk to them.
I come to the groups to share and offer my support, because there are other people there that are not as fortunate as I am. One day I might be sitting in their chair.
I know that something's going to happen for these people are helping me out, and I owe a great debt to these people. I really do. I feel like this is part of my family.
Hi, I'm Steve Mantis with the Canadian Injured Workers Alliance. I'm an injured worker. I lived an active life. I've built my house over here behind us. We grow a big garden every year. I'm active in sports and community activities. And I do all this with the help of other injured workers, with the help of my family and my friends. This video is all about that. It's about peer support. It's about injured workers helping each other, their family members, and their friends to overcome the effects of workplace injury and disease. There are over 1 million people who get hurt every year in Canada as a result of a workplace accident or disease. 50,000 of those end up with a permanent disability. We've tracked the effects of peer support group here in Northwestern Ontario, and the following video will share with you some of those stories.
When my husband first injured himself, I was traumatized, shocked, disgusted the way things were handled.
You feel like you're in jail. And I think the biggest shocker is that in legal law, you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. But in labor law, when you're an injured worker, basically the onus is on you to prove that you're innocent all the time. Because everybody looks at you like, well, we don't believe you.
Now I can't do the things. I can't lift. If somebody sees me mowing the lawn, you're fraudulent. You just want the money. No, that it has changed. My family broke up. My husband could not get used to the idea that I couldn't do what I could do before and be an active mother with my kids, and I guess just learn to live with it.
In short, I have to say it's changed dramatically, not only in my lifestyle, but myself as a person, who I am. The injuries were very dramatic in a very short period of time, which leaves you, I don't think anybody has the skills to cope with that kind of adjustment. The strength you have to draw on is the people that you interact with, your family, your support group if you have one. So when a person gets injured, their life changes. There's no two ways about that.
The fact that you can no longer do these things has an impact on your family, especially for younger injured workers that have young children. How do you explain to a child that a week ago you would pick them up and they could climb all over you, and now you can't? How does a mother that before enjoyed doing all the things and taking care of her baby no longer can do it, and now the husband has to take over those duties?
Well, I have a repetitive hand injury, and I didn't understand how other people felt before. Like, I didn't know what they were going through, but now I know. I love kneeboarding and water sports. I can't do that anymore. Curling, you know, I can still do it, but when I try and do sports, and I have to suffer right afterwards. So it's not as enjoyable as it was before. And you get to the point where, you're thinking, well, if I go and do this, well, you're going to end up in pain. So you get to the point where you don't do anything, and you just kind of sit there.
Sure, I used to be playing a lot of sports, fishing, and do a lot of house repairing, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, cutting grass, mechanic on my vehicles, so helping other people. Now I cannot do this anymore since my injury. And I want to help them, but I can't.
There was so many issues to be dealing with. I had no idea where I was going, what I was doing. I became very frustrated. We went to the point where, I don't know how, but we got our first claim, or I call it our claim, because I feel that it's happened to me too. I feel his pain.
Yes, injured workers oftentimes live in constant pain every day, but there is hope. We learned through our peer support groups in Dryden and Kenora and Thunder Bay, Ontario, that through helping each other, through working together with the family and friends, that people became more active in their lives.
I think the biggest impact showing that there's other people out there suffering like I am, and we can help each other over the rough roads and what to expect maybe from WSIB and some of the pitfalls you can fall into, and you get quite an education, and it gives you a broad perspective of what's pertaining and what you can look at, and a lot of support. You can see people worse off than you, and also the family. It also they can understand a lot more also what's going on when they participate with peer helper.
Well, I've only been with the support group for a little while, but I found that it stopped me from being so angry towards different groups, whether they're responsible for it or not, different individuals that were involved in my accident and whatnot. It's helped me to close my anger down a little bit and start to concentrate a little bit more on the issues at hand, which is my body and returning to work and stuff like that.
What do you think? How can injured workers help each other best?
Being together, working together, and phoning each other if they have a problem.
In the peer support group, I found a lot of people that I could really relate to, and I felt like they could relate to me. And when you have strength in numbers, you can stand on your own 2 feet and you can take another shot at it. You can stand back, get advice from people that know where you're coming from, and make informed decisions. And if you get tired, you take a breath, you sit down, have a rest, and get right back at her again. And the thing with the peer support group is you talk to people who have been through it, are going through it, and you don't have to do it alone. I think that is a big factor, not having to go through it alone.
The very important is to touch each other, and you're not the only alone here. You're the only in injury. There's many other people who have injuries, and the suffer has to stop. And the pressure, and it's too much for me. So I need more like all the people coming to me, and as a group, it's more like what it relieves. And I can feel the energy coming to me, and it boosts me up. Every once in a while there's a new case that comes in, and people learn from other people's cases and that. And to me, that is a big help, whatever. At least you know where you stand and what other people have been through, so you know that you're not alone.
Injured worker support group in Dryden also have a peer support group, and this group was set up to help injured workers deal with the problems that they are encountering, not just with the board, but the psychological problems, family problems, to give a venue in which wives can talk to other wives of injured workers, Because one of the problems is that an injured worker very often does not confide in their spouse, and these are one of the some of the things that we work to avoid, to keep families together, to help them overcome these obstacles that are put in their place.
What happened was, at that time we did not know about injured workers, and we did our best with it. And so it got to the point where all of a sudden we got a letter in the mail saying we're going to appeals. At this point, we both went, okay, now what? And we both panicked. We didn't know who to turn to. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know who to speak to, who we can trust. We didn't know the procedures. And then my husband came home one day and he mentioned that there was, someone mentioned something about injured workers, an injured workers group, and they're having a meeting. And I says, great, where is it? When is it? What day? What time? They've been very supportive and helpful, and through a lot, mind you, I mean a lot of patience, it helps you grow to yourself to grow, and the more you become educated, the more stronger you become, and with the support of your families and groups like this, it does help make it a little bit easier.
If you have problems with conversation or even yourself, a situation about your life, come to the meeting. It will help you a lot, and more you come, more it helps you a lot. Take the pressure off you.
When I got hurt, I went to the union, but I never really got much out of them, and that's why going to the group, I'm learning on my own, and now I'm helping my coworkers that have problems, that they don't know the rules or they don't know what their rights are.
And I think, like all injured workers seem to benefit from the peer group support. They tell me after. And therefore I think it's a good idea to come once in a while. Sometimes you can't make it, but come once in a while and say your piece. Isn't it better that we say what we have to and get it out, rather than turn to booze and all the other things that some become addicted to their drugs? Talked to a lady today having trouble with drugs because that pain won't go away. And therefore we can say, I understand. Been there, done that. We understand.
Lily couldn't have said it better. Injured workers do understand. And by sharing their experiences and coming together at social functions like the Dryden Christmas party, they're able to adjust and become satisfied people again. We encourage you to get involved with your union, to get involved with your injured workers group, to get involved with your friends and your family. It helps us adjust to our lives with a disability, but it also gives us a basis to work to change the future, to improve the system, so that our children and our grandchildren will have a better chance than we have.
Take the time to listen to an injured worker. If he or she has something to say, take time to listen to them, because they have a story to tell. And if we don't support them, how do you expect other people to?
I hope everybody can stay together and help each other. That's the main thing about the workers' injured group, helping each other.
You got to join together in unification as a single voice, a number of people, and then you'll have protection. People can't abuse you, and you learn. And the more people understand that, the better off you're going to be. They can't abuse you. They won't violate your rights. They won't happen. And that's what drives me.
For further information or assistance in starting an injured worker support group, please phone the Canadian Injured Workers Alliance at our toll-free number 1-877-787-7010. We understand. We're here to help. Thank you for watching.